Jaden McDaniels is a name that has picked up a lot of steam in the NBA community. Whether it's on ESPN, YouTube, Twitter, everyone seems to think the Timberwolves forward is the future. And it's not just your average Twitter idiot that thinks this either. There's a lot of reputable people in the NBA world that have been giving him his praise. The guy was even compared to Kevin Durant in high school, and now the smartest of basketball minds are saying he's gonna be a star. But considering the fact his best NBA season he only averaged 12 points per game, you'd be smart to ask the question, why? How's it going, my friend? I'm Alexander from Load Management Media, and let's talk about it. Jaden McDaniels is a name a lot of people know of, but not exactly a name that a lot of people know about. In the 2020 draft, Jaden McDaniels was drafted 28th by the Timberwolves via the Lakers, and in every one of his 3 seasons in the NBA, he's gotten better. But specifically last season, in his 3rd year, people really started to come around to him being really good. Jaden was actually once a highly touted recruit in high school. He was ranked 7th in a stacked class with some of the most hyped high school names ever. Guys who have become all-stars like Anthony Edwards and LaMelo Ball, and other guys who so far haven't hit the heights that were set for them in high school. Namely James Wiseman, Cole Anthony, and Nico Mannion. The point is, Jaden McDaniels has had this talent. And last season he took a noticeable jump in every way. I can't recall the amount of times I've heard somebody say how good Jaden McDaniels is going to be. Whether it's in an NBA broadcast, an article, Twitter, YouTube, people love him. And if you know a decent amount about the NBA, you've probably heard him and seen this stuff too. And you were probably like me at one stage thinking, this guy's cool, but what's all the hype for? People calling him the next generational defender, the next Kevin Durant, a future all-star. Why? Where is this all coming from? Well, the hype behind Jaden McDaniels is definitely justified for a bunch of reasons. To start, McDaniels has the ideal beginning frame for a wing in the NBA. McDaniels stands at 6'9", around 190 pounds with about a 7-foot wingspan. This is pretty much every NBA team's dream frame, and it's even rumored he's grown to 6'11" this offseason and added on a few more pounds. I don't know if that wingspan increased even more as well, but if it did, yikes. Essentially, this frame is the basis for everything that makes Jaden so special. He's got the tools, and he's shown he knows how to use them. In terms of his offensive skill set, he's shown flashes of the whole package. His best skill set at the moment has to be his catch and shoot ability. This season, on 3.4 attempts, Jaden shot 40% from 3. That's extremely impressive. His jumper is very smooth, and since he's 6'9", that release is hard to block. He's shown some ability to create off the bounce with his shot, but it's a work in progress. If he can truly unlock that off the dribble this season more consistently, that's where the evolution is really going to happen. J-Mac is also a nice finisher at the bucket. In transition is where he scores most of his points at the rim, but he's very capable of putting the ball on the floor in the half court as well. At this point, he doesn't have much resembling an in-between game, so that's another part of that off-the-dribble component that he can add to his game. But the fact he's scoring efficiently in 2 of the most important areas of the court is a real indicator of the potential he has. I mean, people compared him to Kevin Durant. Even Anthony Edwards did.
You know, they got KD, but we got Jaden McDaniels, who can guard him.
That's not exactly a like-for-like comparison at this stage, but actually, I have no idea what he was talking about. Offensively, McDaniels is very solid, and the potential to grow into a solidified number 2 guy is 100% there. But the defensive side of the ball is what makes his game so valuable. In only his 3rd NBA season, Jaden McDaniels has established himself as one of the best defenders in the entire NBA. If you look at his pure numbers, they don't look mind-boggling. 1 block is pretty nuts for a wing defender, and 1 steal is solid, but you just have to see him play defense to truly get a grasp of how good he is. McDaniels is as versatile as it gets defensively. He can legitimately guard 1 to 4. One night he might guard Steph Curry, and the other he might guard Kawhi Leonard. He does it all. Every game he's guarding the opponent's most dangerous player, seemingly no matter what size or stature. McDaniels led all wings in the NBA in block rate, dropped their expected shooting by 7% when guarding them, and within 6 feet, opponents had the 8th lowest field goal percentage when Jaden was in the vicinity. That size at 6'9" and that 7-foot wingspan along with really quick and nimble feet, allow him to stay in front of almost everyone. Somehow, even though it seems consensus in the NBA community that he's a fantastic defender, he was not selected for any All-NBA teams last season. Undoubtedly the biggest snub there. Jaden himself even thinks he's the best defender in the league, and honestly, he's not delusional for thinking so. On both sides of the ball, the guy is a menace, and if he didn't punch a wall on the final game of the season, which had him miss the playoffs, maybe things would have been different for the Nuggets. So, considering everything J-Mac's done so far, what should we expect from him this upcoming season? Next season, we should expect another significant jump. Last year for the Wolves, everything didn't go as planned. There were a lot of injuries and some team chemistry issues, but this year looks like the one where the team takes a leap, and Jaden is going to be a big part of it. I'm expecting a guaranteed all-defensive selection this year, and for him to boost his points per game into that 17 to 18 points per game range. This year, I think we're going to see his off-the-dribble game really expand, and if the Wolves are as good as we think they'll be, he'll be in the Defensive Player of the Year conversations as well. Jaden McDaniels is a young stud, but his time is rapidly approaching, and there is definitely a reason why everyone says he's a future star. Thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed. Over here at Load Management Media, I talk about the most interesting young players in the NBA world, guys like Jaden McDaniels that maybe you have heard of before, and some other young guys that maybe you haven't. I'll be putting out at least one video a week, so if that interests you, consider hitting a like and a sub. And as always, stay rested. See you in the next one.